How's it going, ladies and versus up? I'll be Sixkilla. Welcome to an impressions video we're going to be doing on a game called Abyss of Sacrifice. This is one that I featured in our upcoming Games of December video recently. It styles itself to be a Zero Escape-like. Even though this is just an impressions video, this is just to get one out near release date. It will be a full series once I clear some of the backlog, but this one will come out immediately and then we'll follow it up later, like we usually do. Yeah, it's meant to be a Zero Escape-like. It's a mystery visual novel with puzzles and that sort of jazz. Just our ticket, really. Let's jump in, shall we? Apparently it's fully voice acted as well, so lovely. Fetal Pulse. Hopefully the puzzles aren't too hard for us. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. A faint, quiet echo from the depths of the dark abyss. Is it a heartbeat? If so, it can barely be heard. It's such a tiny, feeble, uncertain sound. The repetitive, faint echo sounds just like the heartbeat of a living being. It's almost as if a fetus has awoken in the womb. The girl's eyes suddenly opened. Her vision still clouded by sleep, she aimlessly searched the ceiling. Where am I? The girl, Miki, had no idea where she was. But her hazy mind gradually began to clear. The faintly lit grey floor came into focus. At the same time, she felt a chill on her cheek. The chill then spread to her arms, chest and stomach. As her body began to awaken, she suddenly felt cold all over. When the chill reached her feet, she let out a despairing sigh. My situation hasn't changed at all. It's the same as before. I fell asleep. She was still trapped in the small room. As she sat up, a dull pain shot through her left leg. Her gaze landed on a huge hole in the ceiling, with a pile of debris below it. It's got beautiful art, holy crap. The debris was made up of fallen concrete and twisted metal pipes. One metal pipe pinned Mickey's left leg to the floor. She tried over and over to pry it loose, until she fainted from exhaustion. She'd used every possible method she could think of, but her leg wouldn't come loose. Her situation was no different now. Time had just dully ticked by. Miki's despair had almost completely depleted her will to keep going, but she bit her lip and examined her surroundings again. There was a barren ascending staircase behind her. At the top she saw a door leading out of the room. As she persistently tried to free her leg again, she noticed something strange. Water? A large puddle had pulled around the debris. But how? Perking her ears, she heard water dripping. Meanwhile, the puddle was spreading before her very eyes. No way. A chill ran down Miki's spine. The exit is at the top of the stairs. But if I can't find a way to stand up, this might be the end. Anyway, I have to get out of here. Search. Okay. So we need to search for something to save us. Is that what we're saying? Like the pipe? No matter how hard she tries, she can't lift the pipe. A pipe on her leg? There's a pipe. Okay. My leg. What does LB do? Oh, I see. A collapsed pile of debris. Interesting. Sorry, I just turned off the voiceovers because obviously they're in Japanese, so I need to be able to voice over myself. You know? Can we get over here? We can't get over here at all. Backpack? Miki laid down her heavy backpack. There might be something useful inside. Using commands. When the command button is displayed in the bottom left of the screen, you can use commands. The type of command will change based on the situation. Look inside the backpack. There was a pouch inside the backpack. Took out the cosmetics pouch. Item? What do we got? Using items. In the items screen, you can examine items with A, search, or by pressing use. You can actually use the items. Search. A pin. Okay, good. Use the hairpin on... I have no idea. Is there something locked over here that we can... She reached out and managed to get the screwdriver. Oh, nice. Obtain flat-headed screwdriver. Nice. To use items you've obtained, press Y to open the items screen. The monitor is displaying escape route information. Well, that sounds helpful. Can we use that? What does that say? An open handrail leads up to the stair. Okay. I have to get up there. Alright, what can we do with the pipe? What do we got here? Cord. She pulled down the cord hanging from the wreckage. Can this plug be used for something? I'm sure it can be used for something. Her leg is stuck and she can't move. I see that. Stuck the screwdriver tip in between the floorboards. Okay, opened it. The hell is this? Some sort of device here. What does B do? Back, I see. An object is snugly stuck inside. It doesn't look removable by hand. There's a hole to insert something. Can we use the pin, whatever this is? Okay. Ah! Is a wire loose? When Miki touches the water's surface, strong electric currents run through her body. It looks like the device is leaking electricity since it's submerged in water. Cool! Just what I always wanted. Can't be removed by hand. What is this? There's a small hole. Ah, maybe we can use the pin on that. Something slender could fit into this hole. How about the hairpin? When she puts the hairpin into the hole, the nearby object seems to loosen up. Inserting the hairpin has loosened the object a little. Looks like it could be removed by hand. What the fuck is it? Contains some sort of object. Okay. There's nothing there anymore. Can we look at some sort of object? Looks like a battery. Okay. Oh, now we can put our hands in the water at least. I keep right-clicking. Looks like there's no more electric current in the water. Does that mean I can touch stuff? What can I touch? Is there nothing else we can interact? Oh, we got something. Obtained a metal fixture. Like a tap? Looks kind of like a tap. I assume that goes in that hole, right? It's a handle. The handle fits snugly into the hole. Miki turned the handle. What is going on? What the crap? Alright, what is that thing? It can't be pushed down by hand. Why do we want to push it down? No, hang on. Hang on. Back it up. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Miki turn the handle. And it goes down again. The electric current was probably... Ah, here we go. Putting the plug in the socket won't resolve in an unpleasant shock. Command. Put the plug in the socket. It's a very convoluted way of actually solving the puzzles, but convoluted though it may be, we are getting there. It's just going to be slow. The cord raised the pipe. Escape is now possible. Miki struggled up the narrow staircase. Her leg ached with each step. It still felt numb. But it could move. It was moving. Realizing this, Miki pushed herself forward step by step. She opened the door to find a dimly lit hallway. It was vacant as far as she could see, and she couldn't tell where it led. But her only choice was to go forward. Miki took a cautious step into the darkness. Her pace was certain and firm. Not again! And everything fell silent. The hallway was absorbed in darkness. What do you want from me now? Okay, I can't use items, I don't think. Because nothing's coming up. What can we click on? I wish there was a way to reveal clickable areas. You know, like in some point and click games you can hold the spacebar and it will show clickable areas. After a while she saw a yellow light ahead. She started to run. A door. It was a sliding door that almost looked like part of the wall. A sliver of light escaped from a slight crack between the wall and the door. Miki struck her fingers on the crack and pushed, but the door wouldn't budge. Search again. Can we screwdriver that door? We have a screwdriver, we might as well use it, right? Huh? There's a slot to put a card in. It's a button to open and close the door. Pressing the button, the door leads no reaction. Screwdriver tip is too thick to put in the slot. Pin it is. Put the hairpin into the slot. Give it a jiggle. Feels hot to the touch, as if it's built up heat. Push the button. Is the power off? Really? Come on. Oh wait, is there somewhere to put that battery as well? Some light is coming through the gap, but it can't be opened by hand. Can we hook the battery up to it? Combining items. When combining items, first examine the item you'll use. Since we want to use the screwdriver on the battery, search the screwdriver first. Okay. I didn't know I wanted to use the screwdriver on the battery. Scroll through the item list on the left and select the item you're going to use the item on. Since when you use the screwdriver on the battery, bring the battery next to the screwdriver. When the items you wish to combine are next to each other, an arrow shows interactivity will be displayed. If you press use here, you can combine the items. Open the battery. If I can just short the battery like this. Putting the circuit in contact with the hairpin causes it to spark and short circuit. Looks like the door is unlocked. Miki slipped her fingers into the thin space and slid the door open. The sliver of yellow light steadily grew brighter until it nearly blinded her. Then all of a sudden, Miki had deja vu. I think I've been here before. A dark hallway. No, it was an alleyway then. And at the end, there was a sticky door I'd always had trouble opening. You again? She would always turn around with a bothered look. But there was a glimmer of happiness in her mysterious eyes. As we talked, she would always end up saying the same thing. Jump. Why did you jump? You can jump, I know you can. Give it a try. Or have you given up already? Have you given up already? No. I want to keep jumping. That moment I fly through the air, when all I see is sky, when my back passes over the bar, and I lose all sense of gravity. I love that moment. I don't want to lose it. I never wanted to lose it. I heard Miki's dropping out. Because of a fracture, right? What a dumb move, right before a meet. The pressure must have gotten to her. She pushed herself too hard. Now it's my turn to shine. I don't care what people say. I just want to fly with my own strength. Jump, I know you can do it. That's what she always said. But No. Miki jolted back to the present. That silly deja vu had flooded her head with memories. But she shook them away and firmly gripped the door. Even if I open this door, she won't be behind it. But if I keep moving forward, then someday. Uh-oh. A girl stood on the other side of the door. She had a blank look on her face and her arms hung limply at her sides. Blood? The girl's palms were covered in crimson fluid that dripped from her fingertips. As she stood there covered in blood, she slowly looked up at Miki. As soon as their eyes met, the girl's pale lips moved slightly. Couldn't save. Suddenly her bloody body started to sway, and she crumpled to the ground. Yes, it was definitely a heartbeat. Lying dormant in the dark depths of the unknown abyss, a monster was about to be born, but this heartbeat was just the beginning. To be continued. We just started. Sure, I'll save. Why, thank you. Blood? Blood it is. That was our tutorial, huh? Her leg felt like it was on fire, but the rest of her body was like ice. Her lower body was crushed under debris before her very eyes. Everything was dark except for the flames on the other side of the fallen wall, filling the room with gloom. Suddenly a black glossy liquid spread over Miki's skin and the floor caught her eye. It was blood, and Miki was lying in a puddle of it. It hurts. It hurts so much. This is the worst pain I've felt in my life. I can barely think. But in the midst of it all, Miki tried to scream. Dad? Mum? Whose blood is this? The strong scent of blood filled the room. A mysterious blood-covered girl lay motionless before her. Everything was so strange that Miki just stood there in disbelief. The fainted girl's face was pale, as if life had been drained from her body. Miki trembled in fear, worried she might be dead. She instinctively reached out her hand. Search. What can we click on? Photo? Despite being dirty by blood, Miki recognized the clothes. It was the uniform of a famous local school. Miki surmised that the girl was about her age. A few scratches and grazes. Her wounds are too small for this much blood. She's warm. Touching the fallen girl, she could feel a hint of warmth. Uniform. There. A pretty girl. Her well-shaped nose and mouth would give off a glamorous impression if she had life to her. It doesn't like tell you exactly what you're looking at, which is problematic. It's like if you hovered over the hands and it said above the thing hand, so I know I was clicking on hand as opposed to other things. It's too much blood for these scratches. You know what I mean? Otherwise you're just checking the same shit over and over again. Miki checked the girl's small shoulder bag. Inside was a cosmetics pouch, a wallet, and a notebook. There's a school emblem on the cover. A student handbook. On the back is the girl's ID photo, including Anastasia? Which could be assumed to be her name. Anastasia. Touching the fallen girl, she could feel a hint of what... Yeah, we got that. Okay. So we're just gonna have to skip when we see it come up more than once. Too much blood. Sorry about this. Quietly apologizing, she lifted the girl's skirt. However, she didn't find any wounds there either. She barely seems like there's any wounds at all. We need to lift up her shirt because there's blood all over her. The front of her blouse is sticky with blood. This is likely where she's been wounded. Miki timidly lifted the damp blouse, still heavy with blood. She's not hurt. It's not her blood then. But to her surprise, only her clothes were bloody. Her skin was untouched. Has she been killing people? Not even a scratch on her. Anything else to check? How do you close it again? She's alive. Miki let out a sigh of relief. She felt a clear pulse from her palm on the girl's chest. No matter how hard she searched, there wasn't a single injury on the girl's body. Then where did this blood come from? Miki suddenly had a terrifying thought, but she immediately shook it away. The girl lying before her was still pale and showed no sign of waking up. The only relief was the faint, laboured breathing coming from her mouth. Even though she wasn't bleeding, she clearly wasn't well. Is she sick? I don't know how to cure a sick person, but I guess I can just leave it. Can't just leave her here. Miki raised her head. There had to be a way to help this girl. She looked around. Suddenly she noticed a bulletin board on the wall. It featured a map of the floor that they were on. Is there an infirmary? There was. Miki's eyes lit up. I should be able to find something for this girl, Anastasia, there. A first aid kit would do. Miki took out a notebook and drew a rough sketch on the floor map. Then she headed to the infirmary. Since parts of the Foundation's hallways were closed off by partitions, a direct route to the infirmary was impossible. It looked like the fastest way there was out of the question. Miki turned around to find another path where she heard something. Sure? A voice? Miki looked around. She could have sworn she heard someone. She moved closer to the wall and listened, but she couldn't hear a thing. Did I imagine it? She disappointedly started to walk away. Just then, the voice called out again. Sure? Miki spun around. Someone was really there. The voice was coming from the other side of the wall. Miki put her ear to it. Then she heard the voice. Who's there? This time there was no mistake. Someone was definitely there. She wasn't the only one still here. There's gonna be a lot of this searching stuff, huh? We better get used to that. There's a voice from the other side. Who's there? I don't think that partition will open, since the wall over here has collapsed. Oh, is it? Alright, I'll look for another way. What? But... It's okay, I'll figure something out. Hang on. Another way around? There are cracks in the pillar. I see that. No. What else we got? What about down here? What is this? Let's try pulling the handle. It's a fire hose. A hose could probably be used if taken out, but for what? I don't know, break the window? Looks like the room is reflected here. What's the other side like? Oh, what's that sitting on? Can this lid be open? Let's try moving the shrub. There's some sort of opening under it. It's too deep to get... Oh, okay, we're going to take the hose and use it to rappel ourselves down. Let's try pulling the handle. Pulled out the hose, so you have to do it in order now. Alright, what do we got? There's an unstable grated floor. Let's get the hell out of here. The manhole lid has fixtures in it. Mickey spoke to whoever was on the other side of the lid. Are you there? Yeah. Can the lid be opened from your side? I'm sorry, there's no handle on this side. Can this fixture be used? Can this fixture be used? No matter how hard she pushed, Mickey couldn't budge the manhole. What else can we use? That's the one that looks like it's locking it, but we can't use our items for the look of it. This ladder goes all the way up. Is there somewhere else we can look? What are we missing? Unlike the upper floor, there are no cracks in the wall. It must be tough. Ah, what's this? Metal plate. Oh, that's part of the fixtures. Didn't see that before, now did I? And we lost all our other crap. Oh, we're already using it, right? There we go. The metal plate fits snugly into the metal fixtures. Meh. What? What does this do? Okay. I feel like this is not helping. Maybe I'm missing another fixture. I'm gonna go back, see if I can find another fixture somewhere. I'm just gonna have a quick look around, see if I can find a fixture of some kind. I feel like whatever I need is actually down there, but so the room is reflected here. What's the other side like? Yeah. Okay, whatever it is, it's definitely down the hole, right? It did glow when oh, here we go. I'm really bad at noticing these things, huh? It's a sprung. Use the spring on that. There you go. The spring fit perfectly into the fixture on the hole in the metal plate. And turn, and it's open. Mickey pried away the heavy manhole cover. We're doing it. We're doing it with our own two brain hemispheres. On the other side, a girl with long hair reached out to her. Grab on. Grab on. Mickey blinked. Why did I just think of it? What's wrong? Hurry up and grab on. The long-haired girl repeated herself and reached her hand lower. A cheerful expression filled her face. It was a look of happiness and relief from finding another human being. A look of unconditional human connection. And it seemed to come from the heart. But Mickey turned away from the girl's hand. I can get up by myself. She heard the girl gasp in confusion. But she kept her gaze down as she made her way up the ladder. Then she climbed out of the hole on her own. The long-haired girl stood there awkwardly. It seemed Mickey's offhand rejection had hurt her feelings. That's fair. But Mickey said simply, I'm Mickey. This brief introduction brought relief back to the girl's face. I'm Olga. Thank goodness I found you. I thought I was alone. Me too. Miki suddenly thought back to the girl covered in blood. Actually, there's one other person. What? I think she's sick. She won't wake up. Sick? A serious look crossed Olga's face. I'm not sure what's wrong with her, but I came looking for a first aid kit. What are her symptoms? Olga's solemn reaction made Miki pause, but she briefly explained Anastasia's condition. Once Olga heard the details, she gave Miki a solemn nod. If you need a simple first aid kit, I have one right here. Really? But I don't know if I can help until I see her myself. Lead me to it. Are you a doctor? Do you know how to use that? No? Miki was impressed by Olga's nimble manipulation of the medical scanner. My father is a doctor, so yes, more or less. Her eyes remained on the scanner, but after a few seconds, a look of panic flashed across her face. What is it? Miki had a bad feeling. She's showing traces of short-term exposure. What? She's been exposed to radiation. Radiation? She's got radiation poisoning? Miki felt speechless for a second after hearing that rare term. How could she have been exposed to radiation in this residence block? Was that even possible? Suddenly filled with urgency, Olga's fingers flew across the scanner. This level of radiation isn't normal. She wasn't exposed to it here. And then where? There aren't any dangerous places around this residence block. It might be related to the recent accident. So if she's moved here after she was exposed, that means it's already been some time. Olga frowned. Miki's voice trembled slightly as she spoke. Can we save her? Olga stared at Miki and chose her words carefully. She will soon experience a sudden turn for the worse in about 2 or 3 hours. After that, no one can save her. To be continued. Again. Oh, shit. Save current data. Yes, please. So it has multiple endings and all of that. So this is the timeline thing, right? So now we can go Olga, father. But I don't think we have time for this episode because we're pretty deep in it. Might be under 30 minutes a little, but it gave us a good taste of what it's like. I'll try not to edit it too much so you get a good idea of how it plays. I feel like the idea behind the puzzle sections is good, but it's not executed as nicely as I would like it to be. Like, I would like to be able to know what I'm clicking on when I'm clicking on it, and an indication of where I can click on stuff. You know, I don't need the answers handed to me, but if we could have some indication of what we have clicked on, what we haven't clicked on, and what we can click on, and the differences between all those, that would be lovely. But I'm very interested. I'm very interested indeed, and we will come back to this very shortly as soon as I clear out my schedule a little bit. We're gonna have some space very soon, and yeah. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.